What mysterious ties from her past does a nun confront when she prepares to perform an exorcism and comes face to face with a demonic force? Welcome back to Movie Recap World. Today we will take a look at the movie Pray for the Devil, released in 2022. If you're ready, let's begin. The film begins with a message stating that due to a surge in demonic possessions worldwide, the Catholic Church has authorized schools outside of Rome to train priests for the purpose of conducting exorcisms. In the opening scene, a young girl named Anne is inside her room with the door securely locked. Suddenly, her mother knocks on the door, requesting to be let in. Anne disregards her mother's pleas and keeps the door locked. Her mother persists, forcefully pounding on the door in an attempt to gain entry. Eventually, we witness Anne's mother banging her head against the door, clearly under the influence of an unknown entity. Several years later, Anne, now an adult and a nun, is assigned to assist at St. Michael the Archangel School of Exorcism in Boston. Sister Anne works in the medical ward, tending to the daily needs of patients such as bathing and feeding. One day, she strikes up a friendship with a young patient named Natalie. Intrigued by the world of exorcism, Anne occasionally sneaks into the exorcism class taught by Father Quinn. However, she later receives a reprimand since nuns are prohibited from receiving instruction in the art of exorcism. Only priests are authorized to perform exorcisms. One afternoon, while giving a patient a sponge bath, Anne is suddenly assaulted by the individual. He undergoes a dramatic change, speaking in a different voice that evokes memories of Anne's mother during her possession. The entire incident is captured on a security camera. Convinced that this demonic entity possesses a continuous threat to Anne, Father Quinn advocates for her to learn self-defense. After successfully persuading the cardinal, Anne is granted permission to attend exorcism classes. During her first class, Father Quinn arranges for the students to witness a real exorcism. To their astonishment, the person possessed turns out to be Natalie. Father Dante and Father Raymond, two students, are chosen to lead the exorcism. However, their efforts go awry, prompting Father Quinn to intervene. Despite his attempts, Natalie gains the upper hand. In a crucial moment, Anne rushes into the room and manages to connect with Natalie, compelling the demonic spirit to depart. Later, it is revealed that the demon merely retreated due to feeling threatened, rendering the exorcism unsuccessful. Natalie, unfortunately, is informed that she is in a terminal condition. As Anne continues to be tormented by the same demonic presence, she delves into the records of the other patients labeled as terminal cases. With the assistance of Father Dante, Anne gains access to hidden records and discovers a single woman who survived the ordeal. However, her face bears severe scars as a consequence of the exorcism. Sadly, all the other patients did not survive. Father Dante later confides in Anne, expressing his belief that his pregnant sister is currently possessed and requests Anne's assistance in conducting an unauthorized exorcism. Encouraged by her previous success with Natalie, Anne decides to lend her support. After a grueling session, Anne manages to free Dante's sister from the grip of the demon. During a private moment, Anne discloses to Dante that she herself was once pregnant and gave birth to a baby girl before entering life as a nun. Instead of raising her daughter, Anne made the difficult choice to give her up for adoption shortly after her birth. The following day, Anne is summoned to a meeting with Father Quinn and the cardinal. They inform her that Dante's sister tragically took her own life shortly after their exorcism session. Distraught by this revelation, Anne resolves to return to her monastery, St. Mary's. At a later time, Father Dante visits Anne at St. Mary's to share the news that Natalie has been released from her possession. However, moments later, Natalie suffers a relapse and is urgently transported by ambulance back to the hospital. Shockingly, upon the arrival of the ambulance, its doors are opened to reveal that Natalie has mercilessly slain everyone inside. In the chaos, Father Dante presents Anne with a necklace that Natalie was clutching in her hand. As Anne examines the necklace, she realizes that it is the very same one she had given to her daughter upon her birth, thus unveiling the shocking truth that Natalie is, in fact, Anne's long-lost daughter. Dante successfully persuades Anne to assist him in leading another unauthorized exorcism. Thus, he clandestinely guides Anne through the catacombs beneath St. Michael's, where Natalie is being held. In a terrifying turn of events, Natalie manages to break free from her confinement and mercilessly takes the lives of several priests, including Father Raymond. Engaging in a harrowing struggle, Anne manages to convince the demonic entity to relinquish its hold on Natalie and possess her instead. Consequently, the spirit abandons Natalie, who seeks refuge with Father Dante, while Sister Anne becomes a vessel for the malevolent force. Possessed and driven by a sinister purpose, Anne hunts down Natalie within the catacombs. In a dramatic climax, Natalie seeks shelter near a fountain brimming with holy water, while the possessed Anne launches a ferocious attack. Gradually, Anne's true self resurfaces, engaging in a tumultuous internal battle with the demon. As their physical struggle intensifies, Anne's body plunges into the fountain, and the holy water purges the demonic presence from her being. Rescued from the water, Anne reunites with Natalie and Dante. Although Anne recovers in the hospital, she regrettably cannot bid farewell to Natalie, who reunites with her adoptive mother under Anne's watchful gaze. In light of the profound events, Anne is granted an academic scholarship to pursue studies at the Vatican as a token of recognition. During her farewell with Father Quinn, he solemnly acknowledges that he now comprehends the depth of Anne's true identity, having witnessed her courageous battle against the forces of darkness. While en route to the airport in a taxi, Anne notices a woman fixedly gazing at her from the street. Gradually, the woman approaches and stands beside Anne's window, her eyes eerily devoid of color. Sensing danger, Anne shifts her focus ahead, only to discover that the cab driver now occupies the back seat beside Anne. Reacting swiftly, Anne retrieves her crucifix and thrusts it towards the cab driver's face, poised for another intense confrontation, leaving the outcome shrouded in suspense. And the movie ends here. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. See you in the next one.